Hello everyone! I'm going to show you in this video how to get better at chess using a course. Right? I'm having a great time making these courses, and guess what, they work. So yesterday I shared a game played between two 600 players where one guy got creamed by the Goering Gambit. Today I'm going to show you one that I played this morning, a 5-minute game in the Russo. Okay, but before we get to that, I want to show you how you can study lines and how it works. I mean, how does studying a course help you to win games? Well, I'm going to show you right now. Okay, so this is the page that you would get to on Chess Boot Camp when you buy the KRUEGER Repertoire course, if you haven't already, and you should do. And if you do it this month, because you get, what is it, $30 off, so it's $29 instead of $59, so you should buy it this month. That's what I think the pricing is. Anyway, so 4 hours of video. You get the frequency spreadsheet, which is pretty cool. I'll show you that. So that will open this up, and it shows you, the frequency of the different openings. Look how much the Spanish increases in popularity. But we're going to be seeing the Italian today, and it's on chess.com. Italian, by far and away the most popular opening that you see against one e4, e5, right, when you play e5 as black. And then within that, we've also got this stuff here. Sorry, very geeky. The most popular line that you will see is, because of the Italian, the Russo Gambit accepted, then Russo declined d3, and if you go round, Russo sidelines, Janusz exchange, Janusz accepted, Janusz d3, calibrated, blah, blah, blah. The Russo declined d4. You'll see this 5% of the time when you play e5 against e4. And that's the average between 1400 and 1800 on Lichess. Okay, so it's 1 in 20 games you're going to get the Russo Gambit declined with d4, which is White's best try. Okay, so you come to here, and what you will do is you will first of all watch the video. So you click on button number 1. Right, it's very simple. There's an introduction video, 19 minutes. And once you've worked through the Russo Gambit accepted, which is, like we say, the most common line that you'll see, you'll look at Russo declined with d3, in which case we go into the Lucchini, and then it's Russo declined d4. Okay, so the first, you click on that and you will open up this private Lichess study. Okay, now I did get an email from somebody saying about the octopus mode, where the octopus talks you through it. Because I am the owner of the study, I think if you're not logged into Lichess at all, then you'll automatically go into preview mode. Right now you can see that I've got this funky, I don't know what that icon's meant to be, like a whirlwind, right, a tornado, yeah, on there. So preview mode is this, when the octopus turns up with 4 legs. Okay, and it tests you on the position. And we use the preview mode in these courses for 2 reasons. Well, the Goering course doesn't yet have the tests on it, but I'm going to go and I'm going to add them to the Goering course, because this is an idea I had after I made that one, and I think it's brilliant. Okay, so I'm going to show you exactly how it works today. Now, here's another thing. If you have the, so you can see that I've got this icon because I've got the Lichess Tools add-on installed, right? And you can click on that on the thing in your browser. This works for the Chrome family, Chromium browser, so it will work for Brave as well, and also it's available for Firefox. You go into Lichess Tools and Preferences, right? Now there's a preference for Study Preview, Sticky Study Preview Mode. Alright, Sticky Study Preview Mode, and it'll tell you, so as you move between the chapters, it will basically stay in preview mode. So let me show you how that works. Okay, so where are we up to? Okay, here. So I'm in preview mode now, so if I go to another chapter, it will stay in preview mode. You can see it's the little green tab. Okay, so normally if you're logged into Lichess, you might have to click on preview for each chapter to go into like learning mode or testing mode. So let me show you. I'm going to take you through this. So this is the lesson. So you get 2, right? Let me show you again. Okay, you get learn here, or in fact we're in decline d4, right? So learn, and then you do test. So you do learn until you're happy, and when you think you've got it, you go test and check if you've got it. Simple. Okay. So what would you play in this position? This. Now, I've played the Russo Gambit before, so I know what I'm doing a little bit. This is the Italian game, and it's, you see the octopus is here telling me we play the Russo Gambit with f5, and the score, it's giving me my accuracy. That is also thanks to the Lichess tools add-on, which I strongly recommend. Okay, so it's telling me what to do. Now we'll look at White's best response with 4d4. Thank you very much. You can hit the space bar. Okay, so this is it teaching you. So if you don't enjoy watching videos of me teaching you, then, well, why are you watching the channel, actually? Anyway, but you can watch that and then you can go through it this way, right? This is plus 1.1 according to the engine, and White does win 55% on average, says this is me, I am the octopus. There should be a Beatles song, shouldn't there? Well, I'm conflating two songs. You know which two. White wins 50, but we're going to throw White into disarray with the unconventional move for Queen e7. Right? So this is the setup chapter. That shows you how we get into the mess that we get into. And then it will take you through the lines that you're likely to see. Now, each of these chapters only has one line, because you're not a professional bloody chess player, neither am I, right? So, in the words of the Manic Street Preachers, right, I paint the things I want to see. Right, I'm not presently a painter, but I make the chess courses that I want to use to learn how to get better at chess, how to get gooder at chess, right? Okay. And by the way, somebody told me off as well for how to get gooder at chess. I got corrected in the comments. Dude, my mother was an English teacher. I'm like, anyway, you have to laugh. All right, so then it takes you through all the different lines. So we're actually going to go into, we'll just look at this one for now, right? So White's most common response, and we do it in order of popularity. White's most common response in White's best line against the Russo. Okay, I'm going to show you how to dismantle him mercilessly. To continue, there really is only one move, right? And if you want, you can get a hint. Now, I know the answer. Why did we play 3f5? Why did we play this move? Right? Remember, they played e4, e5, knight f3, knight c6, okay? Then he plays the Italiano here, and then we play f5. Well, why are we playing f5? Well, the whole point is to harass the horse. It's a game of harassing the horse. Yeah? So the whole point is that if they don't take here, or if they do take here, they take there, we're going to push this guy and attack this guy. All right? If they don't, well, you've got the option of doing this with tempo. Here's a rule to remember. Trade everything on e5. Okay, thank you, Mr. Octopus. And you'll find out why I'm laughing here. Queen h5 check is on. Now, Queen h5 check is the thing in the whole Freddy Krueger repertoire, because we've committed a chess sin by moving the f-pawn. That opens up this square, f7. Right? It's a soft spot anyway for black, and the f-pawn is a soft spot for both, because this pawn at the start of the game is defended only by the king anyway. So you've always got to be careful about Queen h5 check. And the golden rule in the Russo, well, in the whole repertoire is, if this move is on, right, then normally you're going to play knight f6, right? However, I'm thinking here, well, I'll show you later on actually. So, play knight f6, okay? He should have come in with the knight. He doesn't normally. This is the most common move. So like I say, we're not professional players. I'm not going to teach you what to do in every single line for two reasons. One, it's fucking boring, and two, you're not going to fucking remember. Because I'm not going to remember, all right? I'm only teaching you the lines that I think that I'm likely to remember. Right? And I'm quite a good chess player, and I'm quite smart. So, you know, you're not preparing for Title Tuesday here, or the candidates tournament. You know, we want to have fun online. That's the point. Okay, so of course he'll do this. He's got two attackers on here. You know, the king's still on the e-file, so prevent that with a pawn move, and get ready to secure our centre. Okay, it's telling me c6, right? Very commonly you'll want to build this connect 4 when this bishop is over here. Okay, and it's the most common move, but it's a mistake. I think we can simply take the knight. You can simply capture. You can. Yeah, we've got 2 attackers. He's got 1 defender. That's a free horse. Now, is he thinking that f3 wins the piece back, or worse? Right. Well, that's the most common move that white will play. Now, you can get fancy here with d5 and even sacrifice the knight back. Okay, but in practice, giving check with development. So you could give check here with queen c5 check, right? But you've also got bishop c5 check. So we want to develop. We also want to castle there. Obviously, we can't right now, but we could after d5. And then it's more aggression, please. Now, I am thankful that I have prepared this course. And I'll show you why. Now the knight goes in. And this looks insane, right? Our queen and our king are in line with, with their rook on e1. But doesn't matter. Knight here, right? There's only one legal move. And it's actually white that's getting his arse handed to him. There's only one legal move. He has to go here. And then we could simply take the queen. It's minus 8.7. Boom. Shakalak, says the octopus. 8 times at once. Okay, now, so that's how you learn that particular line, and that's all we're going to do. But the point isn't that necessarily that you remember every single move, because you aren't going to remember every single move. The point is that there's something in the back of your mind that's like, yeah, I think I've got a feeling of the pattern here. Okay, so next we're going to go to the test. Okay, and okay, so it's, yeah, there you go. I've just refreshed, so it's staying in preview mode. Okay, so we'll do the setup anyway, right? Yeah, Russo. Okay, and then you have to remember the key move. So we get you to practice the key move, and the key move is Queen E7. Right, happy days. Let's move on. And this is the line that we were just looking at. What would you play in this position? And to me, because I process a lot by hearing, like there's different NLP people will tell you different humans have different preferred ways to process. So I like to kind of hear the words in my head that the octopus told me in the previous one. But the octopus is really me. I am the octopus because I programmed it. Okay. So here, obviously, we're going to hit the knight with tempo. It's all about tempo. It's all about aggression, right? Trade everything on e5. Happy days. Knight comes out. Now, what I should do is knight f6 here, right? Because, yeah, this is on, but the point is as well, the other nice thing about knight f6, particularly when the bishop is on the Italian square, is that it supports the move d5. And here it would support the move d5 because we've got 2 defenders, right? So that's the move that you should play. And now I'm not worried about the knight taking there. The move is c6. And now I'm just going to take the knight. And if he does this, he has opened himself up to a whole heap of trouble. Okay? And we go boom, and that's it. Boom shakalak, we've won. But you notice the octopus there was not talking me through the moves. But if I go play again, and I've forgotten, get a hint. White, and it's giving me now the lesson stuff, but only if I want it. Yeah? Do you get me? Okay. Oh, don't know what to do. Get a hint. Trade everything on e5. Oh yeah, thank you very much. Now I remember. And you do that, and you practice. Oh yeah, forgot that, right. So does that look like something that would work for you? Because I mean, I've been trying to train myself. I'm very slow. I've been trying to train myself for a long time to play better chess, or even good at chess. Now, with that in mind, let me take you to a Rapido game that I had this morning. Rapido. All right. Now, my opponent is 1450. My blitz rating has tumbled by about 100 points recently. And we have e4, e5, played in 1 second. Right? Played in 1 second. So I've now used 3 seconds out of my allotted 5 minutes. They do this, and in 2 seconds, I remember Queen e7. Right? And now I bet you he's going to have a think. Right? In fact, he does, because he thinks now for 25 seconds. before figuring out what to do. Right? Because we've just complicated, we've befuddled the fellow. That's the point. We want to befuddle our opponents. This is one of the objectives of my chess style, is to get them out of their comfort zone, get them into our zone, right? Particularly when you're playing like a increment less thing. So here we go, from 4 minutes 50, 4 minutes 25, he's castled, right? And then I'm thinking for 2.4 seconds, because I know that if you get the chance to harass the knight on f3, you harass the knight. That's the point. Yeah? And in the KRUEGER Scotch, it's like move 3, you whatever happens, you harass the knight. Okay, so that what's going to happen? Knight's going to move. Well, he takes there. Most common move, like we already saw. Right? Did I remember trade everything on e4? No, I didn't. I considered this, which is often a move, but actually, you see the worry, let me just teach you this, right? The worry about queen h5 check is that if you're forced to play g6 to block the check, if you've got either one of your pawns or something on here and nothing else, then they play this with check, you play this, they come here with check, like happens in the King's Gambit if white messes it up, right? But it's white's own piece there, so there's no queen e5 check after this, and we've got the queen in the way. So I wasn't particularly worried about that, and in 15 seconds I decided to trade. Oh no, we do trade. That's the point. Okay, but here, this is where I should play knight f6, right? I don't. This is actually a blunder. So I forgot. And that's okay. I'm not telling you that I'm playing the Russo Gambit perfect every time. Okay? But I'm learning. So why is this? Well, there's simply two attackers, right? So white here should have just taken. And I was worried that he would. But after that, again here I should play knight f6. I didn't. I just shored up my defences with this. But guess what? I'm slightly better now. And I'm threatening like bishop d6. Attack the king. Happy days. Right? What happens now? Well, guess what? He does that. Now, this position ain't in the course. Right? So if you're like, oh, I have to learn every line and just memorise the notation, it wouldn't help you. This is not in the course. But I had an inkling of a memory of what to do. Okay, so I bring my knight out here, which is good, you know, just good generally. I guess there's two attackers on here. So here, if I'd done something else, yeah, he's not really, I mean, he could take there. Anyway, I bring my knight out, and after he takes, I go, aha, bishop c5. And then I take the pawn with the knight, because I've remembered what's, you know, that there's actually something very evil going on here. And it's -4 here for black. He brings his knight out, and it's now forced mate in 9. I go in like there. He goes there. I win his queen. Right? And although my queen and my king are in line against his rook, he's in check. There's a disco. I won the queen with the discovery. So in fact, I'm about to win the rook as well. So he has to come and defend the rook, right? And then apparently the best move here is rook f8. Oh no, short castles does exactly the same. And all he can do here, I think that's the only legal move. And then rook takes is, yeah, bishop f4 and then rook takes. Queen takes isn't mate because he can then go there. But after this, bang, there we go. Okay, so when I do that, I can then look at the game review and go, you know, I kind of messed that up again. So what I can then do is I can go back to, okay, let's go back to Russo declined d4 castles. Okay, and I can refresh this. He castles. Right, can you remember what to do? What would you play in this position? Oh yeah, we attack the knight. Trade everything on e5. Knight comes out. Well, we probably don't want this, but we also want to support this, because this move d5, and when you build up this chain, right, it's not just making life hard for this guy, it's making life hard for this guy as well. So that should be the move. I'll push c5 now. Yes. And that, my friend, does not work. And now I can go with this. So you can see, in the words of Eric Morecambe, you know, you're playing all the wrong moves. I am playing all the right moves, but not necessarily in the right order. Okay? So there you go, and it's just instant death. -8. He's lost. Right? This is forced. Then this comes with check, and he's got to save the rook, etc. So, you know, there you go. So that is literally how it works, right? I'm not making these courses for my own, you know, pleasure. Well, I am. I'm making them for my own improvement. That's the point. You know, so this is just a practical demonstration of how I didn't remember the exact move order, and I blundered, and I still won the game in relatively few moves as well. We'll check out the game review as well while we're here, just for giggles. Okay, 48.1 by my, and he's a 1450 rated blitz player, and he played like a 650. Why? Right now, this matters, right? You don't look at this and you go, oh well, I won that game because my opponent was a dumbass, right? He's a decent player, right? And I didn't play brilliantly. I played at 1250, so I played below par as well. But you know, this collapse from this point, right? I shouldn't have done that. I should not have done that. That was stupid. I should not have done that, right? And then that was an absolute miss, of course, and that's another miss. And now I play it out. So, you know, it's not like I played perfectly, but I think the key to this is, right, because I've learnt this. Now that's not winning. I mean, the computer says I'm a fool. It's now plus 1.9. You know, saying here I should have taken there and harassed the knight, but I've looked at and I've been in detail through the Lichess database, and I've seen this move, although it's not played very often, which is kind of the point. You know, in practice works very, very well. So don't base all your stuff off what the engine says. Use the Lichess database. That's what I do. That's how I build my courses. That's how I improve, because I'm playing against, hopefully, real human beings most of the time. So there you go. Hope that's useful. And if you want to learn not just the, let's go back to the course thing. We've got the, all right, there's no study for the introduction, but the Freddy Krueger repertoire works against so many. Yeah, we've obviously you've got the Russo against the Italian, so this isn't just one opening. You've got the Russo Gambit against the Italian, which is like deadly against the Italian, right? Below master level. Against the Spanish, you've got the Yanish Gambit, which with pawn f5 on move 3. Yeah. And then we also handle the Scotch, so you get the KRUEGER Scotch with f5 as well on move 3. Against the Ponziani with 3c3 from white, we play f5, which is the Ponziani counter gambit. And you also get, as like bonuses, we get the Bishop's opening, where they play 2 bishop c4, right? And we play f5, and that works really, really well. That's called the Calabrese counter gambit. Plus, thanks to one of the followers of a channel who gave me a really, really good tip, against the Vienna, we are also wangling that and twisting it into KRUEGER territory by playing 2 knight f6 and then pretty much f5 on move 3, almost whatever white does. So it's an awesome repertoire. I recommend it wholeheartedly. And if you want it for less than half price, then please buy it before the end of February, because then the price goes all the way up to $59. You can pay $59 if you want. Just don't put in the code NIGHTMARE, all in caps, to get your $30 discount. But yeah, do it. I think these courses are ideal. You can go and you can spend hundreds, $200 on courses from Chessable with 15 hours of video that you're never going to remember, and a million lines that you're never going to remember. Or you can have fun studying with me, supporting this channel at the same time. Big love. You're righteous. Big up yourself. Have a great day.